My name is Zane and today we'll have a look at Polestar. Some big news in the Polestar space. Polestar has recently released a new Super Bowl ad. And this is a big deal because the Super Bowl is a huge sporting event in America. But a lot of people in the world do take notice whenever these ads go on display, and multiple companies put their ads on the Super Bowl. So this was a big opportunity for Polestar, and I believe they spent over $7 million on this single ad. Now, since they've done this, almost less than 24 hours later, and people are already reacting in a very positive way. I've already begun noticing big YouTubers such as Marcus Brownlee, probably for the first time, is mentioning the Polestar company and their main vehicle, the Polestar 2. Basically naming a list of EV companies that were advertising in the Super Bowl, such as BMW, Nissan, Wallbox EV Charger, the list goes on. And then of course onto huge news outlets such as The Verge, reporting basically about the ad that Polestar's put up, but most importantly, Polestar is taking shots at Tesla and Volkswagen. Just over a week ago when Polestar released a teaser footage on their YouTube channel, I actually thought it was a teaser for the Polestar 3, and many other people thought it was a teaser for the Polestar 3. We were quite excited, but unfortunately we were proven to be wrong. A lot more people seem to be talking about Polestar, and Polestar taking aim at Tesla and Elon Musk and basically Volkswagen as well. Not just that, but there's also criticism from some people saying that basically it was just a waste of money, a waste of $7 million or $6 million, basically to poke fun at Elon Musk and to poke fun at Tesla. Interestingly enough, I do think that Polestar achieved exactly what they wanted to achieve. Wasn't just pure advertisement, but it was specifically to get more attention on the Polestar company, because Polestar as an EV company is possibly one of the most underrated company who delivered 29,000 vehicles in 2021. And something interesting that was written by a Twitter user, Volvo aired their EV ad, which they paid $7 million to be played during the Super Bowl. Bold strategy to take dig at Elon Musk, VW, and the rest of the legacy auto industry. Elon Musk basically replied with a laughing emoji. That's all the attention Polestar needs. So I'd say for $7 million to get Elon Musk attention on your company, it's exactly what Polestar wanted to do, and they've achieved that, because it won't just be Elon who's talking about Polestar. It's many other news outlets and many other Tesla fans who are now realizing that Polestar is a serious competitor. So with all of this attention that Polestar is receiving from the general public, some positive, some negative, some are just having fun, some are just laughing along with the joke. These are all good responses because it puts more attention on Polestar. And that's advertisement at its best. Advertisement, it's supposed to trigger an emotional response in a human being. And Polestar has just done exactly that. And they did it so perfectly that so many people are talking about Polestar, and it's absolutely brilliant to see. And this is less than 24 hours later. Give it more time, for the next week, for the next month, a lot more people will be talking about Polestar than ever before. So the ad wasn't necessarily just to poke fun at Elon Musk or Tesla. This ad was to get more attention for Polestar, and it's doing just that. Now this was a 30-second ad, tilted, no compromises, promising no evil voiceovers, no empty promises, no hidden agendas, no conquering Mars. And that's the specific dig at Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is trying to go to Mars with his company SpaceX, which I actually think is a brilliant thing. And I guarantee you, what Polestar just did, it's nothing personal, it's just smart businesses. You need to elicit an emotional response in human beings if you want your product to have a far outreach, and that's exactly what Polestar did. In this process, they probably made a lot of Tesla fans really angry, but this is really good for Polestar because it just gets them more attention. It's exactly what they needed. And the even bigger dig was at Volkswagen. No dieselgate. Obviously, there was the big controversy when Volkswagen vehicles were cheating emission rating. And this was a huge thing in the last 5 years for Volkswagen. They've been trying to recover ever since. just seriously laughs in their face and digs them where it hurts. And this once again elicits an emotional response out of people, and it gets people talking about Polestar. Now, I'm well aware that everyone is excited about the Polestar 3, so am I, and with some of the latest information that I've received, it seems as if the Polestar 3 is scheduled for later this year. That could be anywhere just after summer. That could be anywhere in Q3 of this year or Q4. Honestly, I was hoping to get the Polestar 3 on the road as soon as possible, possibly even earlier than that, possibly in Q1 of this year. But that's not how things work in this world. Things are not as linear as they might appear. Things can be a bit more complicated. But let's just talk about the Polestar 3 for a moment. So we know that it's coming out later this year. We know Polestar has a SPAC merger. Sorry, that's supposed to be in Q2 of this year, I believe. But this Polestar vehicle, there's been many renders, many ideas of what it could look like. I hope this vehicle doesn't look anything like these images that I'm seeing. These renders, they look absolutely terrible. But the Polestar 3 image that was released by Polestar themselves looks absolutely amazing. This car looks sexy, is one word I would use for this car. Aerodynamically, it looks really efficient. And from the side view, you can see that it takes the obvious SUV shape, but you can obviously see that there is some Polestar DNA under that. I think this vehicle is going to be elegant. I think this vehicle is going to be beautiful. And obviously, I cannot wait to see this vehicle when it's fully released. Now, in additional news, something I wanted to talk about for a while now, all new homes and buildings in England will now be required to have EV charge points. This is brilliant news. As of next year, which I do believe is this year because I believe this article is from last year. I've been trying to review this for some time now. Finally, we can. So this year, 2022. So this year, 2022, will be mandatory for new homes and buildings to have EV charge points installed. A government announcement will see the move written into law and should result in around 145,000 new charge points installed per year domestically in domestic and business location. So I think that's absolutely brilliant. I think that's exactly what we need. We need more EV chargers. And there's lots of EV charging companies that are willing to supply this exact manufacturing to the UK, especially from companies such as Tesla. So as well as new homes, supermarket, workplaces and existing buildings with more than 10 parking spaces undergo large-scale renovation will be mandatory to install charging apparatus. The additional 145,000 charge points per year will complement the 250,000 plus domestic and workplace chargers, and the government has already supported and will help prove the country ready for the end of new petrol and diesel sale in 2030. So taking this step will put England on the map, writing such provisions into law. The announcement goes further, stating that after consulting with industry, the government will be looking at ways to make it simpler for people to switch to EVs. This will include simpler payments at public charge points, such as via contactless, and more rapid chargers, which is basically fast charging. Mike Childs, head of policy at Friends and Earth, said EVs had a significant role to play in building a zero-carbon future. New housing should include secure cycle storage and access to high-quality public transport to provide a real alternative to driving and help cut congestions. And additionally, this is some old news, almost 1 year ago actually. Polestar ChargePoint introduced seamless charging in new partnership. The reason I'm talking about this is because I've never spoken about this before. Because when this news was released, my channel was non-existent. So a new alliance between Swedish electric performance automaker Polestar and EV infrastructure startup ChargePoint takes aim at charging experience with debut of in-car app that will let customers seamlessly charge their Polestar 2 vehicles, being able to pull up to the charging point, plug in and let the vehicle handle billing and payment. Now this space has been dominated by Polestar through its branded supercharger network. Most other EV drivers have to pay for charging using a RFID card or smartphone, and the convenience level is on par with traditional gas station. The partnership eliminates the need for extra item at charge points, more than 130,000 stations. The app will embed directly into the Polestar 2 vehicle's infotainment system, which runs on Google Android Auto OS. So that is it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to see more. Thank you for watching until the end, and I will see you in my next video.